as we come together in recognition of International Women's Day, we realize that it's the women we have talked with, walked with, and worked with over the years who have faithfully and diligently performed their duty and forged the way for future generations. Having established competence and professionalism in their roles, women have demonstrated the value they bring to organizations. Today, I wish to recognize Arlene Omilian as a woman who has devoted 40 years to the Edmonton Police Service. She is believed to be the longest serving female member in Canada. Oh, not true, Arlene's shaking. Well, almost, you've almost made it, Arlene. Continue on, you will be. But of great significance, Arlene served more than 37 of those years on the front lines as a first responder. It's an incredible accomplishment when we think about the often dangerous and hostile environment, the shift work, the emotional toil, and the scrutiny. Arlene joined the Edmonton Police Department at a time when there were only 30 to 40 female members to 1,100 male members. Her path was fraught with obstacles as the mindset and culture of the day had not yet taken on a progressive attitude. Her fortitude and passion for policing motivation needed to stay the course and to blaze the trail for hundreds of female officers which were to follow. Arlene has served with distinction. She possesses many qualities which allow her to excel. She is caring and compassionate. She goes above and beyond to serve the community. She has a special ability to support bereaved people in a meaningful way. And as a result, she has been the recipient of a Jim Dempsey Customer Service Award, and over the years has received numerous cards and letters of thanks for exceptional and thoughtful service. She has the innate ability to read people and situations extremely well. This, along with her exceptional communication skills, has given her a distinct advantage in the area of rapport building and respect. Constable Omilian has trained a multitude of recruits and devoted much time and effort towards their development. Many recruits thank Arlene for their success and her willingness to invest in them. Constable Omilian is a diligent investigator whose persistent results produce well-executed investigations. She receives high praise from a number of specialized units, outside police agencies, and prosecutors for the quality and thoroughness of her work. The standard of work Constable Omilian has performed throughout her career won her the nomination and title for Officer of the Year in 2011. She has had an exceptional career and one that others can aspire to. Many people choose policing for varied and exciting experiences offered on a daily basis. I believe Arlene chose policing because she truly believes she can make a difference in the lives of others, and that's exactly what she's done. Today we celebrate Arlene for bringing power to the next generation of women in policing. Arlene, please join us so we can thank you for your service.
Start to cry, please bear with me. This is just such an honor. Thank you for your kind words, Joe. Be sure you're talking about me. Today is just one of the greatest highlights of my career. And how fitting that it should happen on International Women's Day as well. You know, it took me 40 years to get here, and I'm glad I stuck around. I guess I could have retired at 25 and done the smart thing and be laying on the beach somewhere, but I wouldn't have missed this party for the world. Wow, where did all these people come from? Wow. 40 years is a long time, but I don't hold the Canadian record. The Canadian record is held by Marlene Watson from Toronto, and she did 50 years. Oh. And I will not. There's doubters in the crowd. I see the doubters. Actually, I caught down Talek and Sonny Karana rolling their eyes because as long as I've known them, I've been saying I'm going to retire next year. And I've made a liar out of myself because I think I've been saying it for about 12 years. So rest assured I am not going for her record. And Dan and Sonny, you can stop rolling your eyes. Actually, 2 years ago, I was working in a patrol car with Dan Talek, and he said to me, you know, you might as well stick around for 40 because you're almost there. And I looked at him and said, Dan, I will not be here for 40, and I can promise you that. So now Dan gets to say, I told you so, and usually that's an honor reserved only for me to be able to say, I told you so. But Dan, you can have that honor today. And it's, you know, what we're talking about, the evolution of women in policing, and what a great evolution it was. Like Annie Jackson joined in 1912, but women didn't start getting accepted as regular patrol officers until 1974. So that's like 62 years from day one to 1974. I joined in 1979, so I can hardly say that I was a pioneer. But when I did come in 1979, it still wasn't open arms welcoming us gals. It was, there were attitudes, like a sergeant who told me to go home and have babies because I would never make it as a cop. I guess I'm still trying to prove it to him. But my very first day on the street, in the patrol car, the very first minute I sat in the patrol car with my training officer, he looked at me and said, let's get one thing straight. I don't like rookies, I don't like females, and I don't want to work with you. And okay then, welcome to the world of policing. And he also told me that if his wife ever wanted to be a police officer, he would divorce her. And I'm thinking, lucky girl. Go for it. Divorce. You know, back then, training officers, the criteria for training officers was whoever got to the parade room last was the one that would be stuck with the recruit for the night. And so you would have the training officer sulking all night. You'd have the rest of the squad smirking because they dodged the bullet. And you would have the recruit feeling like absolute crap because you just didn't feel welcome, and you wondered, why did I do this anyway? What made me think that I could do this job? You know, thankfully, things have changed. The criteria for training officers is much better now, and our training officers are actually there because they want to be. They're trained to be training officers, and things have really changed, and changed for the better. And I'm so proud of those changes. Thank God for those changes. And, you know, even now, there's no question that women can do the job. In the 70s and 80s, it was, women can't do this job. But I'd like to point out that the Patrol Officer of the Year Award has been going on for 10 years now, and 4 of the winners of the Patrol Officer of the Year Award have been women, including the current reigning Queen of Patrol, Constable Laura Clark. I don't know if she's here or not, but she's the current reigning champion. So we're proud of her. And so many women here in this room, you've blazed the trail. Brenda, but there's so many others. You've blazed the trail, and there's so many awesome young women coming on the job now who are going to blaze the trail for generations in the future. Chad told me I had only 1 minute. I think I've gone over, but I still... Don't give me the microphone because... you everybody who's come out today. Wow. I've got my family here, so many of my family, so many of my friends, some of my friends from 40 years ago, some of my friends are recent. If you've jumped on board recently, I'm glad I waited for you. Those who've been with me forever, thank you. And I've got neighbors here, and actually 2 of the pastors from my church, Life Church, are here. Pastor Mike Love over here, and Pastor Matt Joy just standing in the back. And you know when you have love and joy in your corner? Sorry guys, I couldn't resist it. And then, to all my EPS family who's here, past and present, it's so good to see all of you here. And I've got my former supervisor, I've got lots of former partners that are here that I've worked with over the years. And those guys are the real heroes in the room because they survived working with me. Anyone who worked with me knows, and they're all going to nod knowingly, anybody who worked with me knows how scared I was of the cold, and everybody who worked with me survived the cremation car experience. Everybody, I kept the temperature in the car excruciatingly hot. And yeah, it got called the cremation car. So to you brave souls who survived that experience, I'm surprised you're still talking to me. In closing, and I will close now, I just want to say that policing has been the best career choice I could have ever made. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I have no regrets about choosing this career. And what fuels that passion for me? Just the ability to make a difference in people's lives. Our words can make or break a person who's already having a bad day, or maybe just a bad life. And people may not remember what you say or what you do for them, but everybody is going to remember how you made them feel. And so we have that power to make people feel good or feel bad. So lift up people who are struggling, and that's a legacy I hope to leave behind. So now everybody, go out and celebrate the awesome women in your life and enjoy International Women's Day. Thank you so much for making this the most memorable day in my career.
That was amazing. Wow, this is so sound. The Police Association has something for you. If the Edmonton Police Association could come up. Oh, they're coming. I think they'd like a photo with you. Can they have something for you?
Hey, Arlene.
All right, thank you. As the Chief touched on earlier, Edmonton's women in policing have a proud history of accomplishments and contributions to the EPS. These women accomplished many firsts and were truly pioneers and role models, and we owe it to them to keep their legacy alive for our citizens and to inspire the generations of young girls. EPS will be telling the stories of these female members in the Legacy of Heroes comic book called Pistols and Petticoats. The Legacy of Heroes comic book series is the creation of our friends Jeff Awid and Jared Robinson, who are behind this pillar. Wave. I know how much work is going into this book, and the comic book's going to be revealed later later on this year, but this is sort of just a sneak peek at it today. I'd like to invite Arlene and the Chief, as well as Noelle and Kayan, to come up and unveil it.
I think I'm supposed to say 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Right down in the bottom corner there is Arlene.
And you'll also notice that Danielle Campbell is on there as well. She wasn't able to be here today. Annie Jackson, Eileen Finlayson, you can come up and have a look at it afterwards.